Okay, this series is going to be in English, and we have very good reasons why we decided to make this series and particularly in English. First of all, because we believe in our cause and we think it is a worldwide issue. We are offering a solution for the entire world, but we are humble enough to restrict it to Bahrain for the time being. But before going any further, I would like to introduce to you Chantel. Chantel is a private school student who is at the grade
Grade seven.
seven. She is interested in the topic. I will let you now listen to Chantel why she's interested, and also after I will tell you why we decided to make this English version of our ideas or our solution. You go ahead.
I'm interested in this topic because I really want to know more about economics, more about the world, and also I myself am somewhat concerned for the future, for our future, for the next generations, and the problems that we have as of current.
Mainly the problem is we are trying to tackle is the problem on unemployment. Yani, we would like the same age, our children, our grandchildren, same age as Chanter, that when they graduate from school, when they finish university, will they be able to find work? Is there work for them? How we prepare them? How we prepare work for them by the time they graduate? This is our main solution to the issue of unemployment. We think that unemployment should never exist in a country like Bahrain. It should be employment all through. This unemployment and retirement are somehow we have to change our way of thinking to them. Let's see what she will represent her age and how we go about solving these issues. Uh, let's see. If you have any questions, if you want to say anything, just go ahead. Tell us why you are interested in this. Do you fear that when you graduate, you will find not we will not find work?
I'm interested in this because I really want to know why some people or some countries don't allow kids to work while they're studying, like maybe in high school, maybe just after middle school, even if it's part-time or like they're just like selling something or something like that or handing out flyers. But I'm also interested in it because I want to figure out why this has such a big impact on the world. After graduation, I want to find a good, stable job. But how am I supposed to do that if I don't have any experience in it?
Exactly, and this dilemma is faced with by everyone, all of our kids, all of our new generation, the majority of our population, they are facing the same issue. See what Chantal just said about this issue of letting people work and learning by working is what we are lacking nowadays. See, in the past, in some other countries, we understand that people have to do without studying for just working. So they'll be working full time. Maybe they are underage. Maybe somehow the work will stop them from going to school. Then we have some countries, we have some circumstances that it is the opposite. It is people focusing too much on their education, but they miss on the actual work, miss on working, and learning by working, by doing. So we think now the era has come. We think the best solution for Bahrain is to bridge these two gaps, to have both formal education and working experience by the time we graduate. So we think work is very important, and we think that the earlier we start, the better. It's a different way of thinking. Let's see. Chantal is what she said is very important. I would like to hear from her more. Go ahead. What What do you want to know about business? Why do you want to know about business?
I want to know why business, like, is so important and how it affects the world so much. And sometimes I wonder how business and politics or laws are connected to each other.
Okay, you know, and you said you want to have some good work, some opportunities that by the time you finish school, you are ready to go and work, earn money, make up your future, earn good money, not any work, but good. Don't you think that you need to establish organizations that can hire you?
Mhm.
So, how do we, in order to be unemployed, in order to find work, we need organizations. We need organizations so who is going to take charge? Who is going to develop these organizations? This is why we need people like as young as Chantel to start thinking of work, to start working. Because Chantel and her alike, everybody, especially the ones in private schools, we think they are the better off, the well off in the society. If they can join, amalgamate work and studying and theoretical and practical, that effort, that process, learning process, if we done properly, it should lead to tackling areas that we feel hesitant to do so because we are afraid of losing. We are afraid of losing money. And we are right when we bear the cost individually or at the family level. Uh, Not easy to start a business. And we know new ideas and new ventures have high percentage of failure. Only 20%, 10% of new ideas succeed. So how we are going to develop work by developing organizations and not being afraid of the risk of failure. We have to have some way of doing this free, of course, free of charge. We need to do this by not incurring new flows of cash, new expenses, no, but only renaming them and trying to not trying to tell people that if you are paid, if you have a good life, if you are enjoying your mobile, enjoying your car, enjoying your school, somehow you have to pay back. Somehow you have to say thank you. And that is mutual benefit. That is a win-win situation because by doing that, you will first learn by working, which is the most important way of learning is by doing. Then you will also be able to uh, go into areas, tackle areas where previously thinking about profit only, you will only hesitate from doing that. You will not, because you are afraid you will lose. And sometimes you will incur debt and you lose. And we have seen many examples in real life of those of us who were brave enough to say, I will try my own business. And then they are faced with debt, difficulty, or at least they are losing their money and quitting. Now they don't have a job and also they have debt. So we will have some sort of a solution. I think the earlier we start, the better. We need people as young as Chantel to start this idea, to start the idea of preparing themselves to work. For now, we will restrict it to, let's say, high school. So everybody in high school, starting high school from ninth grade, that's high school,
Ninth grade.
ninth grade should be able to have some work in addition to studying. It's no longer enough just to study and take the certificate. You need to work. You need to have some working experience. That work we are going to use very efficiently, especially in Bahrain. And we are going to make it in a way that suits our traditions, our way of thinking, our culture, our way of bringing up. So we work together. We don't need anything that stop us from working together. And by only recalling some of our cash flows, we can achieve that. We can achieve that by introducing work early. Again, I will repeat, and please understand. We are not going to offer a solution for the entire world, but we know our solution works for Bahrain. I will end on this note, and I will let Chantel speak her last point, and we will. This is going to be our first video. We are going to continue the series, and Chantel will be with us. She will also ask questions. She will also learn. I think the wisdom of learning some business ideas, some economics, some accounting as early as Chantel's age will help a lot. And I don't think it is easy. I don't think it is difficult for her to understand. And this applies to all of you. This applies to everybody in Chantel's age and grower. So we should not have in Bahrain anybody at university without some work, anybody in high school without work. After they should work, work and work. Anything we are paying to them for not working, we should call it, we should only pay for working. That is all we are going to say. Now let Chantal tells you her ideas and we will stop this video.
My ideas are that although students should be able to learn and have the rights to learn, they should also have some experience from working because uh, when you go to university, you graduate, but how can you get a job if you don't have experience? So the thing is, without experience, a degree is nothing. Without a degree, experience is nothing. So how can we combine those two into one thing? Students should be able to learn from experience and learn while they're in school. Like in my case, I'm a student who's aspiring to be a doctor. I'm learning from school itself, but also I'm learning because sometimes I help my teacher, sometimes I help my school nurse. But then again, how much experience am I really gaining? And how much experience will the others get just from school? Because university, they teach you things. That's it. But how can you learn to do it yourself without somebody telling you how to do it?
Okay, just last note. See, if we want our kid, him or she, if we want them to be football players, some play some sport, do some dancing or some music, shouldn't we start doing that early at their age? Shouldn't we take them to some academy, to some school, some part-time thing? So that is what we do. That is how we bring professionals. You have now professionalism in football and basketball and all these things. You become professional, and we all know that to become professionals we have to start early. Similarly to all other work, regardless, we have to be professional in everything we do. So this is the ending note for this session. I would thank Chantel so much, and we will continue. Don't worry. And we have good reasons why we speak in English and why these series are important. Thank you all.